I am really honored to be here to be able to hear everyone else's stories and to share mine. As Tony noted, I am a writer, so that's actually kind of where I feel most comfortable um, sharing my story. And so I'm going to be reading from a collection of some previously written works, as well as some new work that I've kind of been working on and getting up the courage and energy to share. So with that, I'm just gonna jump right in. Hey, babe, are you cool with me skipping the jalapenos? I yell across the apartment. The wind from the alley down below saunters its way into the kitchen, bringing with it sounds of neighbors opening and closing doors and children playing in the street. Satisfied with my attempt at chicken and rice, I put the casserole dish in the oven and walk back to the bedroom and office area. The dog follows me back and jumps onto the bed. You're sitting at your desk with a pair of safety glasses as you sand a box of wood, so proud of the project you're working on. I climb onto the bed, pull my laptop over, and continue working. But then I stop and take it all in. Moments like this have been few and far between, but they always catch me off guard in the best of ways. I climb onto the bed, pull my laptop over, and continue working. These moments in life just make things seem to slow down. It feels normal. The moments when we're not worrying about the weight of this year, when we're not working through trauma and loss and fear and internalized homophobia, it's moments like these that remind us that there is healing, that we're okay, that we're going to be okay. And slowly, I find that these moments happen a little bit more often. I pull up to the side of the street and stop just next to where you stand. Strangers sat under string-lit canopies, chattering among the noise of music and summer pleasantries. You throw your backpack into the back seat and collapse into the passenger side. Hey, I smile and hug you as best I can before pulling away. You're quiet tonight, though I'm not entirely surprised. Therapy's hard sometimes, most of the time. So, I hedge, turning my blinker and checking that it's safe to turn. How was session? Fiddling with your phone, you look down at your lap and mumble something about how it was stupid. You want to talk about it? It's stupid, you say, a little more firmly this time. I reach for your hand. That's valid. I'm sorry, it's been a rough week. I don't want to push the issue, but I also don't want to ignore where you are right now. So we sit in silence for another couple of stop signs before I hear your breath catch. Staring out of the window, your hand still in mine, you whisper, I hate this. I know. I gently squeeze your hand as we reach a red light. Do you want to talk about it? Do you want music? Just silence? You sigh and look into your lap again. They're emotionally abusive, but I still don't want to believe it. My throat catches and I blink hard. I know. I'm sorry. I hop into the driver's seat and close the door. Okay, so remind me again what the plan is. Okay, so I told Danielle that I would help Dan and the boys set up at the park, so we need to get balloons on the way. It's been one hell of a year. This is the first time we're going to be celebrating anything with anyone offline. Our closest friends are celebrating their 15-year-old's birthday. Outside, masked, socially distanced, just them, us, and his grandparents, all of whom are working from home and quarantining. It still feels weird. We get to their house, and Danielle suggests that Sam goes with Dan and the boys to set up, and I'll stay back with her to entertain the toddler. What time is it supposed to start again? Oh, right, forgot to tell you. Dan texted. It's taking a little bit longer to get set up than they expected. Eventually, we get into the car and head over to some park that I've never heard of. We pull up, and it's not what I imagine when I think of a park for a teenager's birthday party. It's more this maze of beautiful hedges and greenery, a garden rather than a place to run around for kids. I shrug it off to the pandemic. Maybe a better place to have it, because who else would think of using it for this? Dan steps up to the entrance of this garden, holding a staff with a large 20-sided die on top. Of course, this party is D&D themed. He guards the entrance like a proud dungeon master and tells us kids first. He gives them each direction, sends them on their way, until Sam and I are the only ones left. Sam grabs my hand, and I'm very interested to see what nonsense we've been roped into. Walk straight ahead to those crates at the end of the row, read the directions, and roll to determine your path. He lets us through. As we're walking, I squeeze your hand. This is so cute, I love it. We get to the stacked crates and see an unsealed envelope. Roll the 20-sided die to decide if you go left, right, or straight ahead. I roll the die, and lo and behold, it's a 20. And if you don't know much about D&D, one of the more important parts of the game is rolling dice to determine success and fail outcomes. The 20-sided die, or the D20, is the one we most often roll for these outcomes. And a 20 is a critical success, the best possible outcome. So of course, I'm pleased with my roll. We walk forward toward a now empty water fountain, thanks COVID, and stop at another stack of crates, and with another envelope, this one sealed. You tell me to open it, so I do, thinking it's some clue or activity that the kids are meant to do before they get to eat. I open the envelope and pull out the card. Do you love me? Confused, I move to show you the contents because this is clearly not for the 15-year-old, and you are grinning ear to ear. Do you? What? Do you love me? Well, yeah, of course, I love you. What are you talking about? Did you look behind you? I look back towards where we came from. Balloons spelling out my name. I furrow my brows and look back at you, and you're reaching into your pocket and getting down on one knee. This is all for you. My hands fly up to my face, tears start welling in my eyes. It's all a blur of laughing, kissing, and a million yeses. We're getting married. Ooh, what do you think about these centerpieces? We could totally make these ourselves. So, lightsabers at the wedding? Whether it's a run to Starbucks or French press in the kitchen, Saturday mornings are for coffee and wedding planning. Most of the time we're excited and loving the process, but then we have to think about the guest list. I'm not kidding when I tell you our guest list is color-coded by the level of emotional risk in inviting someone. Purple is for fam, the people that are our humans. Not only are they on the guest list, but many of them have volunteered to wield decorative swords as an intimidation tactic on the day. And for legal purposes, that's a joke. Blue is for Alphabet Mafia. If you don't know what that is, you are probably not a member. Green is for Ally, our straight and cis friends, Lord love them. And then the less fun colors. Yellow for the people that we're pretty sure are cool with us being gay trans men, but not sure if they're cool with us being married gay trans men. Orange is for roulette. Like the group, we don't exactly know where they stand on us getting gay married, but there's a little more emotional risk in finding out. I also kind of like to refer to this group as Schrodinger's allies, and my anxiety really does not want to open up that box right now. And finally, we have a sort of sickly blue-green for hell freezes, the people we really would love to have at our wedding, but in the words of John Mulaney, not unless everyone gets really cool about a bunch of stuff really quickly. Because while we are so incredibly in love and have worked so hard to shed the weight of internalized homophobia and transphobia, we're reminded often that we've lost a lot along the way. The queer experience is one that is fraught with fear, uncertainty, loss, and grief. And it is also one that is filled with joy, self-discovery, love, and euphoria. I know that it can be tempting to lean into the positive or the negative alone, but I find it most fulfilling to lean into both. Recognize the loss, revel in the joy. Because in the end, it's that beautiful mess that makes us human. Thank you.